Hey, you fish freaks. Welcome to podcast episode number 54 of the KFO show, Kayak Fishing Obsessed, brought to you by the Wendell Fishing YouTube channel. Self-supported here, no sponsors, just me on my YouTube channel. We had a milestone actually this past week, over 1,000 videos posted. And so if you're listening in from Spotify or Google or wherever you're out there on the podcast, head over to YouTube. I got daily shorts, daily community post, weekly podcast, and at least one weekly video, sometimes two, especially when we get all jacked up during the summer. But switching gears a little bit, if you guys are on Facebook, you're like, hey, YouTube, I only go over there. I don't go over there for like community. But you're on Facebook. I created a new page called Kayak Fishing Freaks. And so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to post that in the YouTube stream here. Love for you to be a part of that. I just started it about a month ago. I already have like 280 people over there. People are posting left and right. And so that is very exciting. I wanted to a few thanks to three people in particular. I got some new channel members, Kayak Fishing, Ace Fire, Herb Blake. Thank you guys for supporting and becoming a channel member. I have a variety of different benefits to that. One of those is you get early access to all my videos. So get like a week early, get to see what those are. So I thank you guys so much for that. Remember, if you are joining us live here on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, this is interactive, right? So ask your questions. I'm going to do my best to get them answered. And of course, one of my favorite things is whenever I'm like talking to a guest and I look over into the comment section and there's like a whole nother conversation taking place. And so love when that happens. But I want to welcome our guest fishing in the Cincinnati and Ohio Valley area from the banks, from the kayak, wading through the water. Matt from Matt's Fishing Mission. My man.
Hold on. How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. I've seen your stuff for some time now, but I have yet to have you on the show. And so thanks for carving out the time.
Absolutely. Glad to be here. Glad to be talking about smallmouth in the creeks.
Oh, yeah. Sly Fox.
What a better subject.
Sly Fox over here is like, hey, this guy's like the Smalley hammer. So I'm excited to ask questions. And I've been watching some of your videos today. It's fun. I mean, you're just wading through the rivers, doing the thing. I know a lot of people are getting into the river scene now, right?
Yeah.
A lot more people.
Yeah. You know, it was the COVID explosion that got people is an interesting statistic. During the pandemic, we went from I think it was like 1.5 million fishing licenses to over 12 million.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
There was a major explosion, and it was like, wow. So there's going to be a lot of new anglers that don't yet know how to respect the waters and don't know how to, take care of the fish and stuff like that. But there's also going to be a lot more interest and there's going to be a whole new growing community. So that kind of exploded the scene for getting on the banks and creeks, because that's an easy way to start into fishing. So
yeah, 12 mil.
Yeah. And I saw that stat like 2 years ago. So it was the fishing. Now that people have a little taste of fishing, I don't know if they're going to keep on it, but there was definitely that many licenses. The increase was just astronomical.
I love it. Someone, Sly Fox has a question for you. Ask Matt how that little miracle he has is doing. I think he's referring to the new addition to your family.
Yes. Little Phoebe Crystal Wesley is doing amazing. She was our little miracle baby that fought all the odds through surrogacy and Jen fighting cancer and everything like that. And we brought her into the world. Without going into too much detail of all the backstory, unless you want to hear it.
I haven't heard it. So, I mean, you're my guest. I want to hear it.
Yeah. I mean, amazing story that had a little heartbreak in it. My wife found out when we were trying to have a child. Luckily, we found it during trying to have a child. And she ended up finding she had cervical cancer.
Oh.
And so the option was before we went into the chemo and the radiation, which would kill all her eggs.
Yeah.
We were told, listen, if you want to do something that's biologically yours, you got to get it and freeze it, create an embryo and get as many as you can. We started with 12, down to only one made it. And then it was going to be a 50-50 chance that it took once we found a surrogate, if we could ever find a surrogate.
Whoa. And in the meantime, your wife's going through chemo.
Yeah. So we had to do that first. We created the embryo, got it frozen, and they said they can freeze it for 50 years. So whenever you're ready. We found an absolute miracle of a person. Her name is Crystal, and that's why we named Phoebe's middle name Crystal.
All
Offered to carry our baby for us, and she's kind of part of the family. And yeah, so 2 miracles. She offered it. Jen fought the cancer, got it done. As soon as she was done and clear, we were like, let's move forward. Did the transfer. Crystal carried the baby for us. And back in September, little Phoebe Crystal was born, and she is doing as good as you can do as a little baby. So
Come
we are,
on, man. That's awesome. Praise
man,
God for that, man. I'm so glad that's a miracle story. A
yeah,
couple, that's like multiple. It's stacked
multiple.
miracles.
Yes, definitely. It's
Ah,
definitely been the light at the end of the tunnel, and it has just revitalized us. It has been awesome.
fishing's great and all that, but when you get down to the life stuff like that, man, that's the real juice. Sly
Yeah,
Fox, thanks for asking that question. Matt,
yeah,
thanks for sharing the story,
yeah,
man.
absolutely.
Glad that so life is like turned upside down for you then.
Yeah, yeah, in a good way. Like it's man, dad mode. I've been practicing so long as an uncle. The dad mode is just yeah. Now I'm in dad mode. The dad jokes are official, and yeah. So it's now I'm carving out time to fish a little differently, but it's still working. It's still
It's a
working.
it's a little different with kids and
Yeah,
you get into a rhythm with the family. I know during the summers, my wife is freaking awesome. So she allows me to go out like every Saturday morning
nice.
to go. But and now like Saturday morning, she's like, "Hey, I think I want you Saturday morning. I think you should get up early and cook breakfast for the family." He's like, "I'll do whatever you want as long as you allow me to go fishing
Right.
when the summer hits every Saturday morning."
Is it gonna take bacon and cinnamon rolls? I
Uh,
got you.
Anything. You just name it. I will get up and I'll be freaking Essence of Emerald and doing the
Yeah.
salt off my salt bay over here, making breakfast for the family if that allows me to get out there. Are you fishing now? Because I know streams aren't iced over. It's cold. Are you still
No,
out there?
I haven't. I haven't fished in several weeks. Last time I got out there, I went out with Paul from Cincy Fish Dudes,
Oh yeah,
and
my
we ripped
man.
we ripped it up pretty good. It was a pretty good day. I've had a few spots doing crappie fishing. I hit a pond and caught a bunch of LMBs, and I was doing a little video where I was supporting a high school student who made her own baits.
I saw
And
that video.
yeah,
I
I
saw the
mean,
thumbnail. I didn't actually get into watching it though.
yeah, it was great. Great story. She started when she was like 13 years old, Breezy Bombers, and she's
Crazy
an
bombers.
Ohio bait maker. And I was like, yeah, send me some stuff. I don't have to do anything. Just give it to me, and I'll pump you out as much as I can.
Yeah.
She's got some good baits. So if you haven't checked out
She
Breezy
is a bait
Bombers,
maker. What is
yeah,
she?
started in
How
her
old is
freshman
she?
year, 17 now. So she's a senior in high school, I
Come
believe,
on. Making
and
baits at
she's
17?
already going to ICAST and like in the she's going to be at the Cincy Expo. She was at the Lawrenceburg Expo. Like it just making waves, making waves. She's a entrepreneur.
Does she got a channel where she like puts this stuff up, or she
She
just
doesn't
making
I
it
don't
for
think she's got a
fun?
YouTube channel. She's
Gotta
just
get a
focused on
channel
her business, Too much in school. I think when she graduates, she'll probably crank out some vids.
Okay. Speaking of, I haven't talked about this yet. Kind of fishing during February. There's all these like conferences or expos is what the
Yeah.
word I'm looking for. Is anybody out there going to the Columbus Expo? I'm going to be there on Sunday. You're going to be there?
I'm
What
gonna
day
be
are you
there
going
on
to be there?
Saturday.
Ah, I'm
Saturday.
going
I'm
to
going
miss you.
Saturday. Yeah.
I'm going to miss it. If anybody's going to be there on Sunday, let me know in the comments over here, which I should probably be paying attention to. There's like
This will be my first
14.
time going to the Columbus, and I've heard it's the of Ohio's expos. This is the one to go to.
Last time I went, it might have been, no, it was pre-COVID. It was like the year before COVID. I'm telling you what, I walked in there. I could barely move. There were so many people.
Really?
The line to get in was probably 200 yards.
Oh boy.
And I just remember like you're doing, you're just kind of shoulder to shoulder, moving people around. And it was insanity. I can't wait to go again.
Yeah.
We'll see what it is. See what it is now. I don't know. Maybe I went on a Saturday and everyone was there on a Saturday. Maybe Sunday, since it's shorter hours, might be less people.
True. True.
I don't know. But I just know I got a pocket full of cash and all kinds of stuff I probably don't need. I'm
That's
going
the
to
way to
buy
be.
anyways. So, anybody else going to go? I'm looking over here. No one else in the chat is heading in there.
I see Kawasaki. He's going Saturday. I
Oh,
think
right on.
Copley in the Creek going Saturday. Steve Brockway said Saturday probably.
See, I'm right. All the people are going on Saturday. Don't buy all the goods. Leave me some juice, folks. Speaking of juice, you showed me something in the green room. What in the world?
Man,
I'm really just jealous, to be completely honest with you, because when I saw
listen,
that, I was like,
I'm excited. I have never thrown. Being a creek angler, small profiles, finessey stuff like that, and I have never attempted to tie on a mambo jumbo wake bait in my favorite pattern of all, baby bass.
boom.
Yeah, look at this. Look at that. That is hand sized. I'm gonna have to buy a new rig to throw this thing. Like that is it's 3.5 ounces, I believe. So it's got some weight to it. And man, I just know a big old smallie or even a small smallie is gonna crush this thing.
Oh yeah, it will crush.
Them little bully small smallies. They'll come out and eat anything.
So
But yeah, I'm excited to throw this thing. This is from 12 Oaks, custom baits.
Okay.
Yeah,
12 Oaks.
12
I haven't
Oaks.
heard of 12
He
Oaks.
threw me in a little extra as a bonus. It's like a
it's like a spy bait slash.
Yeah, it's a top water. Looks like one of those little spy propellers, but it's a top water.
It's a spy bait meets
flat-sided
whopper plopper. That's what it is.
Yeah, flat-sided whopper plopper. Yeah, I'm excited to get that thing on the water.
I had one of my teammates for the knucklehead. I don't know why her name is escaping me at the moment. Tammy Sanchez. She was on and she was talking about the baits, and she uses something just like that. And she go out in the morning and just slow rolling on the top. And so within 30 minutes, she usually had one. So pretty crazy, because those baits aren't cheap. If you're to buy them, MSRP, like how much does something like that run?
I'm sure these run. I was given a little bit of a hookup on this, but I'm sure these run. I saw them at the expos. All of them are in the $50 to $100 range. Like the size alone and the custom job on them.
Yeah,
almost all of them you will find are $50 to $100.
Yeah, crazy. Some I've seen like $100, $150. Oh, look, Tammy's in the comments over here. She's like, sweet, love that. I knew you would. I thought about you, Tammy. I knew you would like that.
I just want to catch something on it before I donate it to the tallest tree. That's all I want to do.
Sly Fox has a question for you. What happens when you break it off? And well, I guess for those on the podcast, you're like, what in the world are they talking about? Did we actually explain what what it was? A little bit. You did a little bit. Are you going in after that thing if you break it off in deep water?
Being a creek angler, there's not a place that's usually deep enough where I won't reach down and get wet and get in the water. So yes, if I'm not a big lake fisherman, so I'm in the creek, I'm going to get this. Yeah, absolutely.
Sly Fox said, I know I've been in some water for $5 baits. So when it reaches 50, 150, Copley in the Creek said, show the width if you could.
Width. Okay, there we go.
There it is. Oh yeah, that's juicy. They did a good job on that paint. How long they've been doing it?
Not sure. I recently just found this guy and was like, hey, I saw something on your website. And he goes, I don't offer that anymore. I can make you another custom one. And I said, baby bass. And he said, stay less, my dude.
Oh. So 12 Oaks. If someone could go put that link in the comments here so people can go check it out.
Yeah, Derek's in here. He's a big fan of 12 Oaks.
Awesome. If you could throw that in there for us, that'd be awesome. Everyone can go and stop paying attention to us and go check that out. Oh man, so you fish with Paul a lot. If you guys remember, I had the Cincy Fish Dude, even though Dudes is his channel, and so it's like the collective, all the fishermen around. Yeah.
And when you fish with them, you become a Cincy Fish Dude.
You do. I have a pin.
Exactly.
It's on I'm a Cincy Fish Dude, even though I live I'm from Ohio, but even though I live a couple hours away. But when I went down there, that man hooked me up. Like he took me out, put me on the juice. He took me to some place we weren't even supposed to be. It was a lot of fun. He took me to. He's like, oh, Matt's usually. I'd be surprised we didn't even see him down here. And so
listen, I'm so proud of him. He's become such a good fisherman watching my videos. I know he's going to watch.
Is he watching right now?
I know he's going to watch it later. I'm sure. No, dude, we have a great time, man. We are always having a good time pranking each other. Oh, I've pulled some epic pranks on him, and he's attempted to get me back, but you've seen the one where I wrote my buddy into playing Farmer John and pull a shotty.
That's the one that I was trying to find. I was going to show it tonight, but I couldn't find it anywhere.
So much happened in that episode. First, that was the same episode where a baby fawn jumped into the river and swam into my arms.
Oh, hold on. I have that queued up. I'm gonna
Yeah.
show it right now.
Yeah.
Give me a second because this is wild and crazy. Let me share my screen.
That
All
happened
right.
and the prank happened all in one video.
Oh,
That
that
was
was the
crazy.
same video. Okay, let
Same.
me see
Yep.
here. I'm gonna share this. All right, everyone. Well, let me get rid of this banner. Boom. All right. Make this big. Here we go.
Fell down the bank. Hey, little guy.
Those listening in, there's a baby deer on the other side of the bank.
Yeah, he had slipped down from that grass and he's stuck on that bank side.
The bank?
I don't know. I think the mom will hear that.
That's Paul.
Yeah, but what's she gonna do?
I don't know, like walk, jump. I don't know. Catch and cook?
I feel like, oh man,
Catch and cook.
you're going straight to hell now.
That is wild.
Yeah.
I mean, who has a story like that? There's a lot of crazy things that happen when you're out there creek fishing, but when does a baby fawn swim into your arms? Doesn't say a word until you're like putting them back into the grass.
Yeah. That was wild.
That is pretty cool.
Crazy.
So tell me about I saw the prank in like a short, I believe. So is that like a thing between you and Paul, always pranking each other?
It's a thing between me and Paul where I'm always pranking him. Yes. I'm always like pretending to throw snakes on him. He was deep down trying to get something out of a stump that was underwater, and I poked him with a stick on his ankle, and he thought it was a cat. Like I'm always trying to get him with something. So this prank,
the Farmer John prank,
it was the first time he did this stretch, and it was my buddy's property lines up to it, and so I'm on the texting him. I'm like, dude, are you home? Can you bust out a favor for me? And he's like, what do you need? I was like, man, can you bring like your shotty out and just like pop a couple shots in the air or whatever? He's like, I don't want to do that, but he's like, I'll put my overalls on and I'll bring it out and I'll come raring down in the truck and do like some skid outs and I'll get out screaming. He sure did. He was, get off my property, get off my river, holding his shotgun in the air. And Paul is such the Jedi. Paul immediate was like, Fred gave us permission. And I'm like, Fred? Immediately came up with an excuse, like boom. And I was like, man. And I'm like, dude, he's got a gun. He's pointing at us. I'm like grabbing him and I'm running and I'm like tripping and falling. And then I could see the panic in Paul's face.
He's like, we're leaving.
And I'm like, dude, that's my buddy Brandon. And he's like, you SOB. Oh my God, he was ready to kill me. But it was also hysterical because we were both dying laughing. Yeah.
That was a good one. I got a kick out of that because at the end of the day, creek fishing kind of like this is this weird dynamic between landowners and fishermen and entry points and what is their property technically.
Yeah.
And the misunderstanding, and I'm sure run-ins maybe with some other anglers and just hillbilly-ness. So walk us through that weird, if you're getting ready to enter into creek fishing for the first time in Ohio, walk us through the laws. So those who are listening in, do it right.
It's definitely tricky because 90% of the time you probably will be technically trespassing on someone's land. If you're creek wading, feet on the ground, you probably will. My advice to anyone who does creek fishing is if you are approaching a property that you can see, if you can manage it, fish from the other side of the bank, because typically property lines legally go down the center of the bank, right? Or center of the creek. Now, if you're floating it, you've got a lot more leeway because you are allowed floating. You are allowed even portages. They allow portages to get out and then immediately get back in. But if you're feet on the ground, you are actually trespassing. So I always tell people, try to fish the opposite side of a bank if you see a house with property or whatever, especially if they got postings up. That means they know they probably have eyes on the creek.
Yes, they're waiting.
And if you do get approached, be as kind as you can. Offer to turn around. Do you care if I just pass through? I don't want to disturb anything. That's why I fish with Paul a lot, because he is the absolute Jedi master of turning a bad situation into a good one. And he's had some good old boys have that were strapped at the hip, ready to say get the hell out of here. And Paul just turned it around and just started yucking it up with them. And then we've got permission to park. I don't know how he does it every time. He is the absolute Jedi master of turning situations around. He's much more cooler and calmer and collected than I am.
Well, he's not rolling around the beard, right?
Yeah.
He looks like
You could trust him. He looks like you can
average
trust
dad.
him.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
I want to be your best friend. Start talking to me. And I remember having these conversations with him when I was fishing. It's like, what happens when you have run-ins? He's like, hey, you know what? I end up, be honest with you, by the time we get done, we're friends and we're talking about fishing. But they were coming in hot to begin
Exactly.
with. And he right. He's like, he got the Jedi mind tricks. He's in the comments here. He said, I'm just
There he
about
is.
ready to win trivia, fellas, and then listen in. Don't let Matt smack talk about me, Daren. Too late, my friend.
Too late.
I don't know what you're doing playing trivia when.
Yeah.
So it's fair game. You can say whatever you want about.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, so good.
Oh, we have a good time. He's tried to get me back a few times. He brought a rubber snake out, of all things. And he's like fishing around in the water, and he goes, Matt, are you recording? And I'm like, red flag. And then he throws it at me, and I just catch it. Like, I love snakes. I'm the guy who's always picking up the snakes. I play What's Under This Rock in my videos. So.
Oh, that is that's a horrible game. They call those nope ropes. No, thank you. I'm not a big snake fan. So let's hop into creek fishing. I got all kinds of stuff to talk about around creek fishing. Particularly, I like the idea of, since there's so many new people getting into the sport, creeks are kind of a different beast, right? You got to have a little more adventurous spirit. You got to be willing to deal with potential run-ins with people. But most of the time, you're not running into anybody. No one really
95% of the time, you're
95. You talk 100 times, you get 5 people you run into. That kind of makes sense.
It's probably less. It's probably 99% of the time.
Yeah. But then you got to find parking spots and all that jazz. And once you have your milk run, you're good to go. But it takes a while to get and to research all of these places. So if someone's getting into creek fishing, they want to target some smallies. What are some things that go through your head, or what are some things that you would recommend doing first, bringing with you, like this entry level stuff?
Bringing with you, well, to start off, if you're trying to find spots,
Yes,
find your access points, like your state road bridges. Those are typically the easiest and safest and non-trespassy places to kind of get in. And usually at a bridge, you'll have a little tiny spot where you can pull off. But as far as like bringing with you, creek fishing, I've told people this a million times. If I was only allowed to bring 3 things on the river,
okay,
all right, it's going to be a white grub, decent chunky size grub,
okay,
like a 3, maybe even a 4-inch grub, white grub fire is what I always call them. Going a square bill crankbait.
okay.
Again, one of my favorite colors, baby bass. I like the Bandit 100. That's one of my favorite crankbaits. Super well balanced, durable, great paint job. It doesn't flake off. Super awesome Bandit classic one. And then finally, we're going to throw a paddle tail. Paddle tails mimic a ton of bait fish in the creek. You got your shiners, you got your chubs, you got all kinds of small little bait fish. And again, baby bass pattern. I love throwing a baby bass pattern.
There you go.
In the creek.
Focus.
Good 3 to 4 inch paddle tail. If I could bring nothing but 3 things, those would be the 3 things I would start. Now, depending on where you're targeting, you're always going to find a deep hole. You want to bring something finessey around. Hellgrammites are always good for that. Creek food for smallies. Hellgrammites are one of the top foods other than crawls.
Yeah.
But I like the way working a helgie goes. So working a helgie on a Ned rig. This is the Yum.
Okay.
Actually got a little care package sent from Nico the other day, so I got those around here too. Then they're indestructible plastic. But I like throwing these on an EWG Ned head.
Right. Yep.
It is just a really nice weedless. You can kind of bounce it into any kind of cover, not going to really snag into too much. So yeah, I'd either get a small crawl presentation, and smallies they're finicky when it comes to crawls. And if you notice you're not getting a bite on a crawl, you probably have too big of claw on the crawl, because there's been a lot of studies done on smallmouth that they will suck in and then spit out, and suck in and spit out, and really try to work a large crawdad that has pinchers to try to get those pinchers to fall off. They'll suck it in, hit it a couple times with their crunch plate, spit it out, and try to basically disable it for an easy meal, so it's not attacking them inside. Or I assume that's why they do that. So if you're ever having issues in a creek, specifically with creek fishing, they like to disable their large size crawls. If you're using a little bitty itty finesse kind of thing, probably no issue. But if you got something with great big flappy claws on it and you're finding an issue getting that bite done, try snipping those bad boys off, or use a profile that's very Ned-like, that's got the thick body of a crawl without the big flapping appendages. So
Okay.
that's a little tactic there. But yeah, basically bring something that's going to work the bottom. So those are I'd say my 4 go-tos. Something to work the bottom, big old grub, paddle tail, and a square bill shallow diving crankbait, something 1 to 3 feet.
I like it. When I go fishing in Pennsylvania, I go fish tributaries of the Susquehanna, and Smallies are just ridiculous. There's big boulders. I mean, they're everywhere. I mean, I remember in one hole, I think I caught probably 70, 75 smallmouth. They're just eating wacky worms. They were destroying the green pumpkin red flag for whatever reason that day. I love fishing the Ned rig. That's when Paul took me out. It was cold. And he's like, oh, I retired my Ned. And I was like, well, that's really the only thing I got. And that was slaying that day. But to your point, when it comes to crawdads, I fish a lot. We'll go out and we'll get our limit of crawdads. We'll just pick up the rocks and net them because they love them. But anytime I get like the monsters, you're absolutely right. If they have 2 monster claws, I'll rip one off and then I'll hook it up to the tail and throw it out. And so that typically does it. The smaller the profile I have found, usually the large ones they like that soft, call them butterballs. When you feel the back of their shell, if it's a little bit soft, usually those things will just smash. Let me see.
I had to go back in this comment, and you're right. I totally missed. Before this year, I was not a big fan, or I just wasn't a big user of spinnerbaits. Changed that this year. LureNet, my sponsor, sent me a boatload of spinners and said, try these out in the spring. And I threw them. And I'm telling you, I caught all 6 of my Fish Ohio 18 plus spring smallies, all on spinnerbaits. And I threw them the rest of the year as well. And they just worked so well. It's now a confidence bait. It went from a low use bait to now it is up there in confidence. And yeah, I just forgot.
I hate spinnerbaits.
Do you really?
I hate fishing. I mean, I know when to bring them out and they'll catch fish. I just don't enjoy it. I'm actually having Sly Fox Fishing on the show next week, and we're going to specifically talk about fishing spinnerbaits because he's been doing it for 30 years. So looking forward to having him on next week. Mike C is calling you out. He said, don't lie, you throw a rooster tail as well. Is that a joke or is he for real?
That's a joke. Yeah. I think we all started throwing rooster tails back in 18. I think that's how my channel started, throwing them rooster boys. I saw someone said, do you throw Big Joshy? Paul from Zitsy Fish Dudes put me on to Big Joshy, and
Amy said that.
I've thrown those a few times. Their plastic is a little bit softer, so if you use them, I like to glue mine to my jig head just to get a little bit extra life out of it. But that looser plastic gives you a nice wobble to it. It's they do well. They had a baby bass that they discontinued. I think it was like LMB Fry, they called it.
Okay.
And it was it was so good, and I can't believe they discontinued it. They bring it back, it's going to be like the McRib. Everybody's going to go crazy.
The McRib. I love that thing. You remember the pizza McDonald's used to have?
No,
they had this little round pizza. Anybody remember the pizza? Because that thing was freaking delicious. At least it was whenever I was like a kid. But they never brought it back. It was like for a short period of time in my youth.
Was it the Mick pizza, or was it like?
I mean, it had to be. I don't know if it was called the Mick pizza. Anybody remember? Am I like hallucinating here? Does anybody remember the McDonald's pizza? Because that was yummy. McRib. What happened to the snack wrap? That's what I want to know.
Amen.
I am about to flip some tables if they don't bring that back. Burger King came out with theirs, doesn't taste anything like it.
Exactly.
Snack wrap with a buffalo sauce. I ate that every day. I'm surprised. Oh my gosh. There we go.
That's
Jenny
my wife.
Wesley.
She
remembers the McD's pizza.
She used to work at a McDonald's when her first job.
Come on.
McD's pizza. What was it called, Jen? Was it called the McPizza?
I hope so. Steve, I remember it, and I'm proud to say I never ate one. Steve, come on. That hurts. You're missing out on some of the joys in life here. All right, what are people saying? Amy Richards loves spinnerbaits. Digworks LureNet. Doesn't Uncle Frank Scalish work with LureNet as
Oh,
well?
yes, he does. Oh, Mr. Frank Scalish does the custom paint designs for the Banking Creek kits that they ask me to kind of promote because I'm in that space, that Banking Creek area.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, they do some custom work. And oh, what a name to have for a fisherman, Scalish.
Scalish. I know, right? It's
That's
almost like
perfect.
you were born for it. At least your parents knew something. Pembroke Legacy Fishing. I like the War Eagle Chartreuse Gold. There we go. Spinner
Nice.
baits rock for smallmouth, Rob's Wood and custom sawmilling. There we go.
So what is the dislike for spinners? What is your what kind of is putting you off about them?
I'm not fishing creeks with them. I'm typically
Ah.
I'm kayak fishing lakes and ponds, and so I know the time to bring them out. It's not exciting to me. There's a lot of other things I would pick over that has similar action and gets the same smash hit than the
Mhm.
spinners, but I know they work as well, and so I don't know. I ebb and flow. Every year I try to pick just a few unconfidence baits, and I will have them tied on the entire season, which they perform the best until I dial them in. I call it just part of my teaching. Always have an unconfidence bait because so many people are just used to going back to their confidence and they don't ever really grow in their skill or hone their craft. And so did that with a jig last year, and I caught all my largest fish except for one. I got my PB this last year, but most of
Nice.
my largest fish were on jigs, 3/8 ounce green pumpkin, usually the D-bomb trailer. And once I dialed that in, I was like, holy crap, I cannot believe I haven't fished this my entire life. And I was one of the guys that was like, oh, jig, I hate jig fishing. I can't ever catch a fish on a jig. It's because I threw it 5 times. Like, hey, this isn't performing like the other things I have confidence in. So the
Right.
thing sucks. like everybody says.
Yep.
Uh,
Do you have anything slated for your I want to grow with this bait this year?
Oh, I really want to expand with the so many types of jigs out there, your swim jigs, your football jigs, your grass jigs, your flipping jigs, your pitching jigs, all these. I really want to dial in the usage for all those more.
Yeah.
I really want to hone in. I got a Garmin UHD 92 SV fish finder, and I got it like halfway through the last season, and so I didn't really dial it in because I'm like fishing every day. I don't have time to do a video like that, and so I spent a lot of time this winter really learning how to utilize it, and I want to start doing a lot more offshore fishing. Typically, I'm beating up the banks, doing pretty good at it, but I really want to go out there where most kayakers are not. Boats are out there a lot of times. A lot of kayakers stick to the shore, and
Are you
so.
talking Erie?
No, I don't get up to Erie a whole lot. My buddies and I keep talking about it. There's a lot of great smallmouth up there. No, I'm just talking about hitting the banks around the local lakes that we have here.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. So I don't know
Mine-
about lures yet. I haven't really thought to. I still got a couple more months to think on that. But great
Mine this
question.
year, I want to dive into throwing a fluke. Especially when it comes to the creek, I've got a few guys that throw flukes and just swear by them, and they definitely produce because I see them catching on them on a weight list, just EWG, no weight, flicking it around almost like a jerk bait.
Yeah.
And they're like it's going to weed out all the rock bass for you. It's going to weed out those river bullies, as I call them, and just get in the way and try to attack everything that you're trying to get a smallie on. So I think I'm going to go fluke to increase my confidence in that this year.
Let me know if you're listening in. What is, if you kind of subscribe to the unconfidence deal, what would be a lure that you want to learn? What are you laughing at over here?
My wife, she says my unconfidence bait is wacky worm. Caught one fish and never rigged it again.
I love it. What else have we got here? Let's do some fluke videos, Matt, from Cincy Fish Dudes. I love it.
I'm in.
My chaotic fishing, Texas. When you're first getting started, just use anything that you would use on the Carolina rig. There you go. There you go. Steve's giving away my holes over here. There's so many great places to fish up here in Northeast Ohio. A lot of great big bass on those lakes there.
How northeast are you? Are you up in the corner there? Are you
So I'm in Canton.
Okay.
So I'm an hour from Mosquito. Mogador's right down the street. Nemesilla is probably 20 minutes away. there's all kinds of smaller lakes and ponds around where I'm at. But
Did you catch wind of the absolute? I mean, in the creek world, this blew up. The absolute truck of a smallmouth that was caught in Ohio Brush Creek.
no,
7.5 pound creek smallie came out waiting. I don't know what I would do if a 6 pounder, let alone a 7.5 pounder. That is just so mind blowing. That bad boy.
Where's Brush Creek? Hey, can
It's
someone
a
throw?
trib off of Erie, so it snakes down off of Erie. It's east of Cleveland area. If you just kind of follow the map, you'll see the tribs up there. And
Yeah.
Ohio Brush Creek, and wow, a 7.5 pounder. I saw the picture that this guy was holding up, and I was just like, where is that? I want to go.
Can someone find that article and a picture of that fish and throw it in the comments?
Yeah,
I need to see this.
just
thing.
an absolute monster.
Oh, all right.
That's what makes me jealous about the Northern Ohio fish, the tribs, especially the one that come off Erie, is that you've got just some of those monster smallmouth that decide to just kind of scoot up and do some spawning in those creeks before they head back out to the lake. And that is man, the Ohio doesn't have them quite where in Cincinnati anyway. I know there are some Ohio River spots that are just holding some beefcake smallies. Got to go a little bit more towards West Virginia.
So you do have a kayak,
yeah,
that you roll with. I know that Paul
nothing
does
decked
too.
out.
So what is it, and when do you decide to break that out versus go wade fishing? Is it time?
I'm going to be honest. I do about probably 90% wading, and I'll bust the kayak out. I don't know if I've just got a long day that I can commit to being on the water. I really hate short kayak trips. If I want to bust the kayak out, I want to be in the water for 5-6+ hours and just, hit the river and be able to kind of almost half wade, half kayak. Cause I like to, pull over on the kayak, wade some riffles, be real stealthy, and then jump back in the kayak, flip it over once or twice. I have a Vibe Yellowfin 120, nothing crazy, just a Dick special.
You say flip it over once or twice?
Yeah.
On hot days.
I've only done that once.
Got it.
Nothing crazy. I mean, no electronics or anything, just but a paddle and bring 3 or 4 rods out, which is nice because normally when I'm wading, I'm just a 1 rod guy. I don't like packing, the samurai style where you have the second rod. It's just kind of uncomfortable for me. I like being able to switch up real quick. But yeah, I do go kayak fishing. I've actually got my biggest kayak trip planned this spring. 4 guys. We're gonna tear up the East Fork Little Miami and Little Miami, take it all the way to the Ohio River.
Oh, come on.
3 days overnight camping on the sand.
Oh my gosh.
We're
That
gonna
sounds amazing.
Yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. I tried it once. It was just full of disaster. Kayak flip, hook in my crankbait hooked in my pants, dropped my phone in the river overnight, came back and it was 100% still on, still working.
Wow.
4 feet deep in water. Go iPhones.
Wow, that's impressive. It didn't shoot off that code where I've got mine wet before. So really quick, what type of rod, reel setup, the line? Because I know river fishing can be rough on line. What is it that you carry? Since you already carry one, it's probably pretty versatile. So walk us through it.
I switch up quite a bit. If I'm feeling that I want to go out and fight a little bit more and maybe even target like sunfish, I got a 5'5" ultralight, super fast action. Love doing that. It's just kind of like a fun day. But my bread and butter is a 7-foot medium light, 6 pound mono. I love doing that because I love being able to switch if I want to go to top water real quick, since I've only got one setup.
Yeah.
6 pound monos, maybe 8 if I'm in like a bigger water like the Great Miami or something like that. But typically it's a 6 pound mono and size 2000 reel. Simple setup, 1 rod, just taking it out there. And backpack full of my favorite stuff. Net on my hip, ready to catch some small jaws.
Camera on your head, or you got a chest rolling the chesty?
Camera on the head. I go the hat mount. And I've got this is my Krusty hat that I'm about to do a video on how to mount one of these guys. I got a new hat. But yeah, I really like the hat mount. I noticed this when I was watching ND Yak Angler.
Yeah.
he's got I just didn't like the view where you see this a lot in the chest. Yeah, and you're like, move, I can't see that he's jumping. Move your hands. And I'm like, I'm 6'4". I got the good view. Just put it up on top of my head. I can see everything. So yeah, I love the hat mount. It's super versatile. I switched over because in a kayak, I was noticing that something would happen over here, and I'd have to like scooch my body over to get that chest mount to view it. Where the hat mount, I can just go boom, and I'm on the action.
Yeah.
So it became almost like a better filming, versus just easier to see and look. And if you hear a splash, boom, you're on it. You got the video of it.
No, that makes sense,
Hat mount.
especially when you're fishing creeks. It's always maddening. Like I started off with the boomstick on my back right corner for a lot of my shots, and I put it on widescreen, right? So you can get most stuff. Then I have one pointing at me, and I really like that view. You're like, man, I need one on my head too. And I was like, then I don't want to edit 3 different sets of videos. Like, oh my gosh, you really got to kind of pick and choose. It's
right.
If you get into the content creation of all of this, you really have to think through a lot.
It's true. It's
of
true.
that. Because now I got a camera on the front of my kayak, but that's where I cast a lot, right? And so I'm going up over it and around it. It's not necessarily the most convenient thing. So is it difficult to pattern smallies? Or are they really always really in the same place that hold fish in a small creek? There's not a whole lot of places for
I mean, if you're talking the bread and butter summertime,
yeah,
they're pretty easy to find. You're gonna find them in oxygenated waters. The riffles are the spots you want to target.
Yeah.
You want to, stay away from slack water. You're not going to find a lot of stuff in slack water. You're not going to find a lot in sandy underfooting. You're gonna want to look for that riprap, that rock, that good cover where they can find camouflage to ambush, because they are really highly aggressive ambush predators. They like to hide on the sides of rocks just outside a faster current and picking off bait fish that are just floating down that faster water. So if you find riffles, this is a good tactic. If you're on Google Maps and you see a straight stretch, just sure you can fish it, but if you find S bends and S curves and you find a section of 2-3 miles that just snakes, that's going to hold smallies. They're going to be in there because those turns are going to cut deep spots in the bank.
Yep.
And also those turns are going to create little waterfalls and riffles and nice little erosion patterns where the water speeds up and slows down. That's going to be the areas to target.
So there you go, folks. If you're out there like, hey, I'm
foam
going
is
to
the
try
home.
this. The foam is the home. Oh yeah, we talked about that when Paul was
Yeah,
on.
always.
The foam is the home. Throw it right in the middle of that foam and boom.
Yep. It's so satisfying when you hit that foam and you just see the foam explode like a rubber duck coming out of a bathtub.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Now you said summer, so that inferred a little bit about the spring and fall that they might be doing something else.
Yeah. In the spring and fall, you'll still find them in riffles, but you're gonna want to target deep areas. Here's the thing about smallies. Winter can be tricky. Winter's a whole nother beast. You got to find the deepest point in your river and go try to find that. If you find it, you're going to find a bunch of smallies in it. Spring and fall, they're moving back to their home base. And what's so interesting is that there's been so many studies done. Smallies will spend most of the entirety of their lifespan. And I'm talking, if you find a 20, they're going to spend most of and this is creeks and this is not lakes. Lakes, right. They'll go for miles, but in creeks and smaller rivers, they're going to spend their life in the majority of 1,000-yard stretch.
What? You kidding me?
They will travel miles in the winter to go find that deep spot. And, basically that's their survival instinct. But when they come back, they know to go back to that same spot. And whether it takes a little bit of flood to get back up a riffle that they had to travel down, they're going to make it there. But that 500 to 1,000-yard range is where they're going to spend the entirety of their life, which is very interesting. So if you run into a pocket that you've got 18s and 20s, he's in there somewhere, or he's coming back.
Right.
And it's funny too,
you
because
walk by him if you walk 100 yards.
Exactly. And if you know that there are big fish in an area, don't be afraid to change up your presentation if you're not getting bit on whatever you're throwing, because if you've got a spot where there are really quality fish, you got to change that presentation to see what they're in the mood for that day, whether it's topwater, whether you got to slow finesse them, or if they want to chase bait. But you will eventually get to the point where you're like, okay, the pattern is on, And then that's going to make your day from the rest of the day out there. We've gone from 2 hours of skunkness to, an hour of
On the
a 30
juice.
bagger. It's just crazy.
That's wild. Pemball Legacy Fishing said, I've caught the same chunk smallie 3 times in the same spot over the span of a month.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I didn't know that. I mean, I assumed that they were, there's not a whole lot of places to go because sometimes you're walking a stream like, oh, they're not going to get past this right now unless it floods, and they're not going to
Right.
get past this unless it floods. So they're in here somewhere, and it's crazy. You're walking right next to them. So
Yeah.
how do you fish with you go out with your friends? You got these small creeks. How do you fish like 2-3 people?
Yeah, 2 is perfect. 3 can sometimes get a little crowded. I've even done 4-man, and what we do is we try to. I know me and Paul and me and Mike here in the chat probably fish the most together, and we try to do what's called leapfrog. So if you're lead man, if you're sitting
Catch one,
shotgun,
throw it
right, if you're
back.
up front, you get the first crack at whatever spot you're seeing. So if you catch a fish, you let the other guy jump in front, and then he's got the lead seat. But we've done that before, and we've joked about it, me and Paul, where we're like, "Oh, I'm catching all the fish in the back seat here."
Oh,
You
that's
know?
that's when you start ruffling the feathers of those up front.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can
So
play 3 or
it's
4
just
deep
kind of
and you're
an
catching
etiquette.
fish.
Yeah, it's a little etiquette thing where, if you catch a fish, you let the other guy jump ahead.
Yeah, that makes sense. I like it. So here's I was thinking about this. Maybe you know about it. I don't know a whole lot about creek fishing, but will like a heavy rain wipe out like an entire class year of fish? Is that possible if it's crazy enough and it's at the right time when the
Will it
eggs
wipe out
are
what?
laid? Like an entire class year of smallies because the eggs just get wiped because it was wild and crazy.
Man, I don't know. I don't
I
know
I
how to
was thinking
answer that. I
about
mean,
that. Like,
how hard would it have to flood to?
just enough to rip the eggs off wherever they're
Yeah,
at. I don't
that's a
know.
good question.
Yeah.
We need a naturalist in the building to
Oh,
answer that. Like, how many CFS does it take the river to remove an egg from a rock or a grassy laydown?
yeah. I don't know.
What
We'll
does that need
see.
to be?
Gramps is on. Sorry, Hickman Outdoors now, but I think this is actually Gramps. He just wants a
Don't we all?
21.5, man.
Don't we all?
That's a big fish in Ohio. I know he's in Indiana, but so give some measured expectations if you're in Ohio. I mean, 18 is that's a
18's a
solid
trophy fish. Yeah,
smallie.
that's your
Yeah.
Fish Ohio.
Yeah. Well, you said Fish Ohio. Yeah, I want to ask you about that. So, for those of you not familiar, Fish Ohio is a program that we have here. And I'm going to let you kind of take it because I know Paul does it as well. And apparently you do it because you
Yeah.
referenced it. Share with people what that is. I don't think it's in every state.
Yeah, I don't know if every state does it, but the Ohio DNR has basically their trophy program, and they've got all the fish listed by size in inches
Yep.
of what they consider their trophy class. And then if you submit it, it's just on the honor system. No one's like really checking it. You submit it, and you get a pin award for catching a trophy fish. And if you get, I think it's 4 or maybe 5 species. If you get a Fish Ohio in multiple species, you get the master angler pin.
Ooh.
And so smallmouth is what I usually fish for. It's a 18-inch.
Okay.
Largemouth is 20. Spots, I believe, are 15. And let's see, I think a rock bass is 10. So that's normally what you would find, like the bread and butter species that you're going to find. You're going to run into some white bass and some classic sunfish, even some sauger and sawguy. And Paul actually caught a walleye in one of our warm creeks.
Like,
Yeah.
pick up some walleye from time to time.
Yeah.
I've
I
had
caught
those hit Ned
a
rigs
Fish
before.
Ohio sawguy from a spillway, 19-incher.
Oh wow.
Which was just a one in a different 4 species. Yeah. So Paul, 4 species, and you get the master angler. Steve says steelhead's 28.
Jeez.
That's still on my bucket list.
Big fish.
Still on the bucket list.
Penball says 9 for rock bass.
Oh, 9. Okay. Even easier. That seems like too small for a trophy rock bass.
Yeah, I don't catch. I mean, they're fun to catch because they're a fun little fight, but they usually get on the lure whenever you're going after smallies.
Darren, I got to tell you the story of the salami monster.
How can I turn that down? Please share.
So, it was 2017. Ball game morning. I pack a lunch. I got a little cooler with me. This is before I was really, really into fishing real hard. And I got a catfish bowl with me. I got a bass rod. I'm out there. I'm just using my bass rod. It's a little trib, literally 100 yards off the Ohio River. So I'm like, I'm gonna catch something pulling out into this creek, taking a little rest. Bass fishing is not doing it for me. I'm going out there. I get bored. I'm like, you know what? I didn't eat the sandwich. It was a salami and cheese sandwich. I take my piece of salami,
Yeah.
rig it up
On what?
on a swim bait head.
What?
Throw it out there, right? I'm bored. I throw it out there just waiting, and I'm walking down the bank, still bass fishing, Got the drag loose so I can listen for it. Little bit starts moving. I check it out. This isn't the salami monster, but it is a salami monster. I pull up a 14-inch hellbender.
Oh, whoa.
And I'm like, what in
Wow.
the Demogorgon did I just pull out of the water? This thing is wild looking. So I'm taking pictures of it because I'm like,
Wow.
I have, what in the salamander freak show is this? I have never seen this before. Boom. And I'm taking all kinds of pictures. Wow. Throw it back. Still got the salami.
Oh, you still got your bait.
Still got the salami
Round 2.
on there. Throw it back out there. Shout out to Boar's Head. So throw it back out there. I'm still bass fishing. Done for the day. You know what? Let's wrap it up. Nothing's happening. I'm reeling in the salami and I'm like, oh my good, there's something on here. Oh, pull it in. Oh my goodness. My PB smallmouth that I have still not beat to this day.
Are you kidding me? On a piece of salami.
Like a 3.5 pound smallmouth who was just sitting there with it in his mouth. And I have never ousted the salami monster. In 2024, I am going to take the salami monster off the list. I don't care what it takes. If I have to drive to Lake St. Clair, I'm getting rid of that dang salami monster this year.
How did you share all of your baits and not share the bait that you caught your personal best on? That's my question.
It's a little embarrassing, but
confidence,
also kind of funny.
Unconfidence lure, bringing it back.
Definitely, I'm gonna rub salami on all my lures from now on.
I've seen hellbenders before. I mean, pictures of them. I've never actually caught one.
It's like a mud puppy for someone's like, what's a hellbender? It is a gilled, four-legged, flat, you got to Google it. It's hard to describe. You just look up hellbender. It's a creepy looking giant salamander mud puppy looking thing.
Now they're protected, aren't they?
I heard they are.
Yes.
And someone was like, oh my goodness, you caught an endangered species. And
yes.
I looked it up and I was like, oh my goodness, that's wild.
Yeah, they're wild. You can't like hook it up for bait and throw it back out. You'll get yourself in trouble there. But if someone's in the comments over there and you pull an image from what a hellbender, throw it in the comments. See, everyone else is like, what's a Penball Legacy Fishing? What's a hellbender? Yeah. Someone help us out. Throw the picture in there. And I'm curious on like how they're protected and what you can and cannot do. Obviously, you can't kill them, I would imagine. But Cincy Fish Dude says Matt throws Oscar Mayer bologna as a topwater bait. Called you out, man.
Wow.
Called you out. I have a feeling this is true.
Yeah, I just frisbee it out there, and we aim our ploppers for it, and it's like a little frisbee disc.
So you're chumming the waters is what you're doing.
Yeah, a little bologna sandwich action.
I love it. So what happens? So help me out. So you get a creek that's kind of blown out. You're still fishing it because it's not like dangerous, but it's muddy. And so what are you throwing? What lures are you reaching into your backpack full of fun for clear water, muddy water? Do you make your own baits like Paul, or do you let him kind of do his own thing?
I do not make my own baits. I pour my own jig heads. About as fancy as I get as I pour my own Ned EWGs.
You paint them too?
Yeah. Well, just with like
paint?
a powder coating. Yeah. Some of the boys in the chat were actually over at my house, and I was like, let's get spring loaded, boys. Let's make some EWG Neds, man. We made like 200 of them. We're stocked. I've gone to Paul's and we've bought blanks of like topwater baits and painted them up. So we go over to the Cincy Fish Lab and do up some topwater. But Paul has gotten really good at making, especially those wood carvings.
Yeah,
man, he's almost reached marling bait status.
Oh.
I'm super impressed, especially this last video he's got where he's got half wood, half resin.
Whoa,
wild and crazy.
Whoa. Yeah, when he catches a fish on it, he then never throws it again and he puts it on like the wall of fame.
Yeah.
So I'm always impressed by that. Like, all right.
I called out Paul because Paul is a wonderful musician, very talented. But I've got a bone to pick because the man has never brought the harmonica to the riverbanks, and I feel like that's almost
Plays harmonica?
almost if you play harmonica and if you play it like a beast, you better bring it to the riverbank and serenade us with some fishing tunes, my guy.
Next time, Paul.
Who do I call to report that crime?
I know, right? There was a time where like I want to learn the harmonica. I bought one. I played it for like 6 months, but it never really stuck. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing like. Is he on that trip with you and you guys are going down to Ohio River? Because there's nothing like sitting inside of the Ohio River playing harmonica.
Right. No, he's not going on this one. And not going on the overnight camp. I don't think Paul likes to do overnight camping. I think he's a glamper. He might be a glamper. I think I probably am too, but I'm gonna rough it out.
There you go. I don't think we ever got back to Muddy Water, Clearwater because we got sidetracked by the baloney monster or whatever.
Muddy Water. I'm doing a couple things. Right. Dark bait. Right. I want the muddy water. I want something in high contrast against that milk chocolatey water. So I'm probably throwing black or blue or just jet black in a bait.
Any particular bait that you lean to?
I would probably go like a black paddle tail rigged up on an EWG Ned head so that I can either retrieve it as fast or as slow as I want or pause it and just have that thing sit on the bottom, almost like a larger Ned style.
Yep.
But recently also I have noticed that throwing the high flash of a spinner bait in a Colorado, and specifically Colorado versus willow blade is because that Colorado blade will displace more water because it's got that wider blade to it and it makes that louder hum and thump in the water. Yep. So if you're maybe struggling in dirty water, especially if the sun's out, the sun's not out, I'm not throwing the spinner bait in dirty water. But if the sun's out and I've got dirty water, I'll throw like a double Colorado blade or maybe something jet black with an underspin on it. Right. Because I want contrast and I want flash.
Right. And at that point, they're not sight eating. Right?
Yeah. Visibility is going to be
lateral line. Right.
4 inches. It's going to be terrible. You got to put it right in front of their face or attract them with sound. So I think spinner bait's a good way to go.
Makes sense. Clearwater. What's your typical go-to?
Clearwater's so open. If I got a Clearwater Creek, the game's open. Anything. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you got long casts you got to deal with, right? Before they see you.
Yeah. Clearwater, I'm going natural usually. I try to throw natural baits. I love throwing baby bass is my favorite color. Like, I mean, you got the wake bait baby bass. I've got my favorite baby bass.
Baby bass bait.
I've got the swimming dinger baby bass. I've got the breaking bass baby bass. I've got paddle tails in baby bass.
Is your baby bass like my green pumpkin?
Exactly. Yeah. It's like John Dalton's what is his color? The lemon swirl.
Never. I would never fish a color like that. I know he slays on it. I just can't do non-natural colors. Can't do it.
Clearwater, I'm going natural. I gotta throw it, and you gotta throw what they want. You know what? I have got a very interesting thing that I learned from a guy named Steve Coomer. Anyone in Ohio may be familiar with Steve Coomer. He's a very seasoned smallmouth fisherman. If you want to have even higher success in your river, creek, stream, wherever it is, Ohio DNR, they do shock reports. They do shock studies.
Yeah.
In certain, now they don't do it in every creek or river, but if they do it in your creek, they will have it listed of what was found in those specific sections. And it can vary wildly from mile 1 to mile 6. And the shock reports will tell you, if there were darters, if there were shiners, or like what is the common occurrence. And you can go back years in the past and find those presentations. And there'll even be pictures showing some of the things that were, pulled out during the shock, sizes and stuff like that. So you can really go. It's a super awesome insight into what's living in my river. What are they eating? And let me go throw that. So if your state does that, if your river system does that, it is an invaluable tool.
Can you are they giving you like sections? Like, hey, within this mile?
Yeah. So and typically it's where gauges are. Sometimes I've noticed that a lot of the times they shock report where gauges are because I think they're doing an all-in-one. Like they'll go check the gauge, they'll do maintenance, and then they'll do a shock report there.
Okay.
Just, kind of ease of whatever. But Yeah, it's a very interesting thing that I learned from Steve. And when I started looking into it and diving into it, I was like, wow, this is a wealth of cool information,
So you
especially
take
if you're wanting
that,
to know like what's there and what they're
right?
eating. Yeah,
So you take that information, you tie it to the stat you shared earlier, which Smallies don't move a whole heck of a lot. And if it was done recently, it's likely still there, but bigger,
yeah. Put all
right?
that knowledge together, game
And
over.
game over.
Send
And I
that
liked
official Ohio pin in.
I loved your tip. This is probably my biggest takeaway. And it makes sense, right? Sometimes I don't sleep, eat, drink, um, creek fishing. So this is helpful for me. Whenever you're looking for a spot, find the snakiest piece of creek that you can find, rockiest piece of creek you can find. A lot of times you can see the
100%.
ripples from Google Earth,
Absolutely.
right?
Yep.
Versus the long, straight nothingness.
Yeah.
Still catch fish there, but I like that tidbit, especially for those getting into maybe for the first time or being like, hey, why can't I catch a freaking fish on this stretch that's really convenient for me to get to? It might just require a little extra research, find another drop-in point, find the rock, avoid the sand, find the snake. I love it. If you got a question for Matt, we're coming up to the end of our time here. Please throw that in the comment section. I would love to hear that. All right. So I had a couple other questions here. Oh, one of the questions was, caught a baby deer. Yeah, we already covered that. If you came in late and you're like, what are you talking about? The beginning of the video, we showed a video where a baby deer just crawled into your arms and nuzzled you. It was
Yep.
wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's a tool or something that you carry now, right, for the creek that you wish you would have known about earlier?
Early on, I lost so many quality fish, right? Because those are the ones that really are the heartbreakers when you lose them. From just hand landing. And so I
Oh,
now
okay.
am I always have a landing net on me. Nice rubber net so you can easily, clear your hooks from, from your bait in it, but just a nice something on a retractable little elastic, something I can just dip down. It doesn't weigh a lot, but man, a creek landing net. I'm not talking something heavy like for trout, that wooden, nice, fancy one, but just a nice, easy, round style landing net is invaluable because when you're fighting in the water, sometimes it's hard to get a good grip on it. He's swimming around you. You'll get the line wrapped around your legs sometimes because you're standing in 3 feet of water and he's going to go where he can find cover. And sometimes it's in between your legs.
Right.
And so having something there to help you land is super important. I don't fish without a net anymore.
All
And
right.
when I forget it on days, I am turn around and go get it.
Really, you'll turn around and walk back to your
Yeah,
car to get it.
I'll go back and get it.
You've
I think the
lost.
other thing that I always now bring with me is a small digital scale that has a retractable tape on it
Oh,
because
there you go.
you never know when Mr.
Hey,
Salami Monster is going to
yeah,
get
when
ousted.
he's coming back.
Gotta have it.
He defied the odds, swam upstream. He's sitting
Other
in
than
there.
that, I'm a backpack. I wear a backpack, bottle of water, Plano full of baits, pliers, GoPro on the head, battery pack, and man, it's that's about it. One fishing rod, one reel. Let's get to catching. It's a simple, lightweight setup. Keeps it easy to move about in the creek.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I went out with Paul last time, and I liked something that he had because I think he doesn't wear a head mount, right? I think he has his on the chest, on his vest. Yeah, I
He's got
bought
a
one
new
of those
setup
vests.
now. He's got a magnet that attaches his GoPro, so he doesn't
What?
have to build it in. Oh man, I'm telling you, man, he's so crafty. He's got like a little magnet clip that goes on his vest now. It's like a chest sling. Yeah.
Okay. So what I liked about what I saw on his deal is he had a nice vest. I bought one of those. I liked it so much. And I wanted people to like me. It's like, is it the vest that makes him so relatable and people not mad at him? So I bought a vest, bought the little clip for the GoPro, but he was like, here's a tip for you. Go buy that wax, Jax, I think it's called Jax or something, and put it in all the ports that when you do fall into the water, slip off a rock, you don't fry your GoPro. And I was like, that is brilliant. I'm going back. I bought that stuff. And just so you don't ruin a $400 GoPro, waterproof that bad boy with some wax.
Yep. That is a great
Like
tip.
it. Look at
especially
Paul.
when you're as short as Paul is, and the camera is so
Ooh.
close to the water.
Yeah, more
you
risky.
gotta protect it. I mean, I think just splashing and walking would probably get that thing wet.
When you're an Oompa Loompa, it's really difficult to go fishing. He says this podcast is doing wonders for his
Yeah, we had to take him down a notch.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's like,
Love you, Paul.
get down there. Here's what it's not Jax, it's Max. Max
there you go.
earplug
Yep.
wax is what it's called. You can get on Amazon. But yeah, we got a question over here from Rob's Wood and Custom Sawmilling. I think it has to do with your kayak fishing. Do you drag a chain or anchor up for floats? Or none? You just get out of your kayak.
Yep.
Yeah,
None.
I figured. Some of the kayaks out there, they got those power poles.
I attempted to do a manual power pole once.
Attempted?
I attempted. Yeah, it did not work. I even bought like a weighted spike for the bottom of this like filled PVC, and I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be awesome," because 2 feet of water, you can just jab that sucker down.
Right.
No.
What happened?
I thought everything was gonna be easy sand. It's like I can't pound this into rock. What am I doing? I can't. No, this doesn't work. So yeah, just float around, drift around, and if you want to stop, find a bank, pull over, fish it out. Yeah.
Unless you're like into kayak. See, you do it like 10% of the time. But I could see if you do it inverse, river kayak fish, then power pole. I've seen some guys who have double power poles. So it puts down. So if they're going at an angle, if you put one down, your boat's gonna go with the water, right? If you got 2, you can be full at an angle, hit 2. And if the water's not too bad, it just keep you there, so you can stay line of sight with whatever you're pointed at. That's kind of fascinating. But those power poles are like $1,000 per pole.
That's definitely going on a Hobie for sure. If you have 2 power poles, you own a Hobie. You got the Cadillac.
I love it. All right. Any other question? You got any questions? Go ahead. We're at 1 hour, 10 minutes. It always flies by, which is kind of wild. Increases.
Yeah.
Last question, unless someone comes in at 11th hour with one. In your opinion, what's the most underrated smallmouth fishing lure that you haven't talked about yet?
Ooh, underrated.
Something you're like, okay, maybe the juice that you keep for yourself, and I'm asking you to share right now, or something maybe you used a lot, but you kind of got away from. You're like, why don't I go back to that? Because it slayed when I used it.
I gotta say, I don't see many other people throwing grubs for smallmouth, just like a small 3-inch grub. That's why it's in my have to have 3.
Okay.
Like if I would bring 3 baits on the water, it's
You're
so
right.
underrated, and it's just the perfect profile, the perfect size. I think white is super key, especially if you're in clear to semi-clear water. A white grub is just it's so amazing. If I could only if you said, Matt, you can only bring one thing on the water to have a great day catching, it will be a white grub 1000%.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
And I don't see a lot of people throwing grubs in creeks for smallmouth because I don't think it's not the sexy lure to throw. It's not a sweet looking crankbait or
it's a 25-cent
spinner. Exactly.
lure.
It's just nothing lure. Yeah.
It's like a gum dinger.
Yeah, exactly.
Not exciting to talk
and
about.
I would say Ned, but Ned is so popular now for Smallies. I don't think it's really underrated anymore.
I would agree there. You got a lot of people, tubes. You got.
I've never tied a tube on in my life.
Are you kidding me?
I think if I was a lake or deep water fisherman, I'd throw tubes more, but I've just never thrown a tube. I feel tubes are boring to me, and I know they are the juice for catching fish. I don't know. I just never thrown a tube.
You got Cincy Fish Dude, tube, Hickman Outdoors. Tube is my juice.
Maybe I need to add that to my fluke. Is tubes,
Fast Raft, tubes. Steve Brockway, tubes.
I'm missing the boat here. I must be missing the boat. All right.
I mean, it makes sense. I know Gramps has a bunch of videos on the stupid tube. So you got that weighted bad boy. That kind of makes sense to me. It kind of acts similarly to maybe a grub, a weighted grub. So Tammy, NH New Hampshire fishing gal, how do you rig your grub? I think you may share it earlier, but go ahead and share that again.
If I'm throwing a grub, I'll either use just a standard Ned head, and I'll tell you why. The Ned head, or something that's got a flatter style head on it, like the EWG, and I use like a little 1/0, right? It's very small for like a 3-inch, 4-inch grub would be perfect. Is because the water displacement on the front of a flat mushroom style head will allow you to control the drop and retrieve a lot easier than like a bullet or swim bait style pointed head on it, because those tend to go straight to the bottom, and then you're doing more of a yo-yo action if you're trying to bring that up. But if you've got something that's got a flatter head that's going to displace water and make it a little bit slower, then you can kind of, with your speed of retrieve, you can very accurately place it in the middle of the column, run it by the bottom and slow roll the rocks, or fish it up near the top. So I love throwing it on something that's got, I throw it on this, but if you use a regular Ned head or any kind of mushroom head style jig, that's how I rig all my retrieval baits, soft plastics, whether it's a curly tail or if it's a paddle tail, everything except for work the bottom finesse, like a Helgramite or an actual Ned rig.
All right, there it is, guys. Giving the juice away. Thank you, Matt, for coming on.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, heck yeah, it was great. Gotta have you on some. We actually just got to fish together. I'm in. Every once in a while, I'm around Cincinnati. When I do, I hit up Paul. Got to hit up you as well. I know time is getting more hard to come by to fish when you have a small kiddo. But hey,
I'll come up to Northeast Ohio. I've been dying to get up there in some juice, into some of that northern juice there.
I will take it. Hey guys, do me a favor. Head over to Matt's Fishing Mission. Oh, I had a question for you. What is the mission of Matt's Fishing Mission?
The mission, always be on mission. So my calling there is it's a double entendre. Always be on mission, always be on a fishing mission.
Hey yo.
But also I'll be on mission for God. And we love being able to, for those that can receive it, hearing the word of God, and it's an important thing we keep in our lives, and we like to work it into our fishing mission.
Hey, I like it, and a fellow faith brother over here, appreciate what you do. So thank you. Keep rocking and rolling. If you haven't done this, so head over to Matt's Fishing Mission on YouTube. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, follow the stuff that he does, especially if you love creek fishing. He does a really good job over there. If you're listening in, please hit that like button. Helps get some little extra reach on YouTube. And if you're listening in on like Spotify or wherever it is that you listen to your podcast, not the live show and not the video, please help me out. I'm trying to get some reviews of the show. And I imagine if you made it all the way to 1 hour and 15 minutes, you like it. So that's the review I want. So help me out there. I'd love to have you. I'd love to hear what you have to say. Next week, I have Sly Fox Fishing on. We're going to talk about spinner baits. My least favorite. Maybe I could fall in love with it. Maybe he'll win me over. I don't know. We will see. But thank you, Matt. Appreciate you.
Thank you, sir.
And we'll see you all next Tuesday night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern on the Kayak Fishing Obsessed show. Thanks, guys. See ya.